other than that, I think we had a semi-productive day. I'm definitely tired of taking that transfer case in and out. We had pulled the interlock pins completely out of it. Gave us a lot of freedom, but also gave us an element of danger. You could have gotten that thing in opposing gears, high and low. So great news, Randy at Advanced Adapters contacted those guys and they were able to dig up some interlock pills for me. We went by and picked those up today. We're gonna get those slammed in, get this transfer case put back together, get it back in the car. We need to get this thing back moving on its own again. I'm tired of having it just sitting in the shop in pieces. Let's get on it. So I'm gonna take a couple bolts and put in this so that I can turn it right side up. Upside down, whichever way you want to talk about it. Then because it takes some work to get that plunger and the detent or the actual shifter ball in, because you have to hold it all down. Once I get it piloted past that one piece, then we can flip it back over and deal with getting the shift rail through the shift fork. Okay. And that spring goes in way down there in that hole. And somewhere's up here, there's a little ball. If I remember right, we put a little grease on this so it would stick to the spring, if I remember right. Some of this right here. Get some really gross stuff. It's not as bad as Never Sees, but it's almost as bad. RCV grease. I think the problem, yep, that's the problem we ran into with that one. If you don't use something that's big enough around, that's what happened last time, a whole bunch. That's inside. That's what childbirth is like for women. You go long enough, you forget about how crappy it was and decide, well, maybe I'll do that again.
One eternity later.
That's what I would guess. You should feel it. Feels like 2 handfuls of boogers. I'm concerned that I have one more than we should have in this end because it's tight. Another morning back out in the shop. We're gonna get after this guy right quick. Plan for today is to have transfer case button back up, get it back in the car so that one, we can prepare for the next trip out. We got about about a week and a half, I guess, before our next trip out with this guy. We are gonna pick up a quick project after this, a little wiring job. So we're gonna get on it and we'll take you along. Okay, a bit back over there. There's a pill laying right there and a spring laying right there. And the reason the rear one didn't come all the way out is that's the one that it goes in really hard past the casting, where the casting is boogered up a little bit. So pills have to go back in. Spring's gotta go in. Ball's gotta go in. Watch your face in case this thing comes shooting back out of here. Almost caught it twice. You cannot put it in high range front wheel drive. It will not go. It just slammed up against the pill. So that's exactly what it should do.
So if you go to high range and
rear.
Yep. Okay, you should be able to go to high range in front.
Yep.
Okay, that's all that counts.
So everything works.
Okay.
Now the unpleasant part. Clutch
Now
shaft.
you should not be able to take rear out of high range.
Nope. This is just the easiest configuration to put them back together. All right, let's catch you up on where we ended up for the day. We're getting ready to get on out of here. Transfer case back in. Interlocks, all the good stuff there. Shifter's happy. Air drive lines are back in it. All that stuff's ready to go. We adjusted the transmission shifter, so everything's happy with that. And I think we're on to the next step, which is putting things back together. I've got my other shifter at my day job because I had to take some measurements and such off of that so that we could get the custom shifters made. We're going to go ahead and put it back together with this set of shifters so that it's ready for our quick trip here in a couple weeks, and then we'll pull it back out, or we'll pull the shifters back out and get those guys swapped out with the custom shifters we're having made. Other than that, I think we had a semi-productive day. I'm definitely tired of taking that transfer case in and out. Would like to just leave it in there and let her stew for a while. Maybe just use this thing and play with it, not have to work on it and tear it apart every time we bring it home. But we know it is a buggy. We could have to tear it apart every time we bring it home. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.